Hi everybody, Dan Illman here taking a look at race number 8 at Horseshoe Indianapolis on Wednesday. It's the Horseshoe Indianapolis Stakes. 3-year-old fillies going 1 mile on the turf. Let's take a look at this field, and the number 1 Click to Confirm is a questionable starter to say the least. I talked to her trainer Rudy Sanchez-Salomon earlier in the week concerning Shake 'em Loose's entry in the Caesars Stakes at Horseshoe Indianapolis on Wednesday. Rudy told me that Shake 'em Loose will remain at Pimlico to run on Saturday in the James W. Murphy on turf. I'm expecting Click to Confirm to also remain in Maryland. If she does run in this race, however, she adds to the pace picture. We'll throw up the Timeform US pace projector. Visit timeformus.com once scratches are made official. This pace projector will automatically update if Click to Confirm runs. As you see, she's part of the red bar fast pace situation. We'll talk very quickly about Click to Confirm in case she does run in this race. She's by Tonalist, 7% winners with first-time turf runners. The dam was 0 for 2 on the surface, but she has foaled 1 turf winner. She's done some good work on the dirt in the Mid-Atlantic region for Sanchez-Salomon. Her last race, she chased a very fast pace on dirt that was won by the winner in gate-to-wire fashion. She ran okay in that race. I think she would need to do better on turf. I'm not sure there's enough turf pedigree there, and if the pace projector is correct, she could be in for a long afternoon battling it out with others. The 2 is A Little Love and Luck, who's already a stakes winner at a mile on the turf. She won the Ginger Brew 4 starts back with a perfect trip at Gulfstream Park. She sat the pocket in behind the leaders. She did have to alter course to the 4-path in mid-stretch, but once she did, she straightened out and she was on her way. It was a good performance, and she was likely in just a little bit too tough last time out in New York in the Woodhaven Stakes, a race that featured the return of Pizza Bianca, who won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf last year, and the winner of that race, Consumer Spending, is one of the better 3-year-old filly turf horses in the country. A Little Love and Luck was up close to a moderate and reasonable pace that day. She just wasn't good enough in the stretch. She fits very well in this race from a class standpoint, and I like her tactical speed. The number 3 is Bravo Kitten, and she's going to get blinkers for the first time, and I think most importantly, cutting back in distance from 1 mile and 3/16. Let's watch her most recent start at Keeneland, and she didn't have a lot of pace to work with in this race. In her prior start, where she ran second at Keeneland 2 weeks previously, she got a lot of pace and she came with a good run to finish second. In this race, there wasn't pace. To her credit, she got closer and she got a very good trip in the pocket. It's just that the winner had a better trip. The winner wired this field. Bravo Kitten has earned competitive buyer speed figures. She is lightly raced with a lot of upside. The blinkers probably get her into the race and maybe get her just a little bit more focused, and she certainly fits for a high percentage trainer in Saffie Joseph Jr. I think getting back to a mile is going to help her kick. That 1 3/16 might have been just a bit too long at this point in her career. The 4 is Heavenly Hellos, and I think she's a little bit dirtied up on form. They shot for the moon in the last 2 races. They ran her in the Ashland on dirt last time out. Just too tough a spot against Nest, who came back to run so well, went second in the Kentucky Oaks. And then in her previous start, the Bourbonnette Oaks, she was in against some nice stakes horses as well, and she got beat 17 lengths. You go back to her win at Turfway 3-back. It was a solid performance where she utilized her tactical speed to win. Coincidentally, that was also her last race with Lasix. In her last 2 stakes races, she didn't have the benefit of Lasix. She will have Lasix again on Wednesday. Now, she's raced once on turf in her career. It's too early to determine whether that's a true indicator of her overall turf preference, because she ran at Kentucky Downs, which is a very undulating and European-style turf course. It was her debut. She wore blinkers that day. I'm willing to draw a line through that race. I think Heavenly Hellos is a horse that certainly could get a piece of this at a decent price. Her last 2 races, I think, are utter throwouts. The 5 is Slick, Sneaky, and Fast, and she has a really strong pedigree. She's by Medaglia d'Oro, 11% winners with first-time turf runners. The dam was grade 1 placed on the dirt, and she also won twice on the surface. So I think there's enough turf pedigree here for Slick, Sneaky, and Fast, who's lightly raced with a ton of upside potential. Now, her only lifetime win came in a maiden race in gate-to-wire fashion in Mahoning Valley. I don't think she'll get the lead in here, but she ran fine last time out. Her first time against winners at Mountaineer in the slop, running second. Now, she needs a little bit of a buyer boost with this sort of pedigree. I don't see any reason why she can't improve. She's interesting trying turf for the first time. 15-1 on the morning line. Lolloping is up next, the number 6, and Lolloping was part of the Bravo Kitten race 2-back. Not the video we showed you, but the race I discussed before where the pace was fast, and that might have really worked against the Brad Cox-trained Lolloping, who was up close to those fast fractions and paid the price late, beaten 10 lengths. Her prior start was against stakes competition position, maybe in just a bit too tough that day. So if you go back to her debut, she overcame post position 10 and a lack of inexperience to win going a demanding mile and a 16th. There might be something here for the 6 Lolloping. She benefits if the 1 Click to Confirm scratches, because she will be close to the pace and likely in strong contention turning 4 home. Delightful Moment might be the pace setter if Click to Confirm scratches. She won last time out at the fairgrounds, and she beat 2 next out winners. One of them, the 4th place finisher, has a lot of promise. That filly shipped to Laurel, graduated for high percentage trainer Brittany Russell with a 65 buyer, then won again, a state-sired allowance on the turf with a 72. That race was Delightful Moment's first of the year. Brendan Walsh has been sending out live horse after live horse over the last 60 days, and it just looks like this Uncle Mo filly has finally figured things out. I would expect her to be on or near the lead along with Lolloping, and those two could lead them when they head into the stretch. Dreamworker, the number 8, a strong contender for trainer Joe Sharp. This horse did some good things last time out in the Lacombe Memorial. That was not an easy spot over good turf at the fairgrounds. Just consider the 3rd place finisher of that race came back to win the Grade 2 Edgewood at Churchill Downs with a 90 buyer speed figure, and Dreamworker made a bold move into contention that day before flattening out. Her prior 2 races resulted in wins on the turf course at this mile distance, utilizing excellent tactical speed. I think Deshaun Parker is just going to break out of there from post position 8 or 7 if Click to Confirm scratches, sit off the 6 and 7 and ready to pounce on the far turn. Dreamworker at 5-1 on the morning line. Louder Than Words completes the field. A little home cooking here. Indiana-bred daughter of Mr. Speaker. Only raced once on the turf previously, but that was a winning effort at Indiana Grand. We're now at Horseshoe Indianapolis. That was a maiden special weight where she rallied from well off the pace to win that race. Last time out in off-turf race, it was her first start off the layoff. She looked very good, dusting off that field of statebreds. She's going to face open horses for the first time since her debut. I would expect her to kick on late, but she is going to need a buyer boost as she steps up significantly in class. Let's take a look at my top selections for the Horseshoe Indianapolis at Horseshoe Indianapolis. Again, remember to subscribe to the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel for the latest DRFTV videos. I'm going with the number 2 in here. I like the tactical speed shown by A Little Love and Luck. I think she's going to be able to save valuable ground going into the first turn. I think the pace, even without Click to Confirm, is going to be solid with the 6 and 7 skirmishing up there with the 8. And I'm expecting A Little Love and Luck to come firing in the stretch, the daughter of Arrogate. Good race, the Horseshoe Indianapolis. 2-3-5-4 for me. Best of luck.